Picture two people, same city, same age, both working full-time. One of them wakes up and checks his bank balance before he brushes his teeth. The other one doesn't even know what her balance is, because it doesn't matter. Same currency, same laws, same system. Completely different realities. And here's what nobody tells you. It's not just about how much money you have. It's about what money does to your brain, your time, your choices, and your entire sense of who you are. Today, we're going to walk through 5 income levels, from 0 to 10 lakhs a month. Not to show you a ladder, not to motivate you, but to show you how the game actually works at each floor of this building. Because once you see it clearly, you can't unsee it. Level 1, 0 rupees, the invisible floor. We don't talk about this level enough, because there's nothing sexy about it. No hustle montage, no started from the bottom music. 0 income isn't just a number. It's a state of dependency. And hundreds of millions of people live in it. Not because they're lazy, but because the system doesn't have an entry point for them yet. Think about what 0 income actually means. Radha, 34, wakes up in a 2-room house on the outskirts of a small town. There's no salary, no freelance gig, no side hustle. Her husband does daily labor when there's work. Today, she's calculating whether there's enough left in the ration to last the week. She doesn't think in months, she thinks in days. Her eldest just got admission to a government school. The uniform costs 450 rupees. She doesn't have it yet.
At 0 income, every decision is a survival calculation. You don't make financial choices. You make triage decisions. Food or medicine, school fees or electricity. And here's the cruel irony that economists have documented repeatedly. Being poor is expensive. You buy in small quantities because you can't afford bulk, so you pay more per unit. You can't invest because there's nothing left to invest. You can't save because tomorrow's crisis hasn't happened yet. The system isn't rigged against the poor because of some grand conspiracy. It's just that the system was designed assuming you already had something to start with. And at 0, you don't.
Level 2, 10,000 rupees a month. That's less than 34 rupees a day after you account for a full month. That's the monthly salary of millions of people right now. Security guards, domestic workers, entry-level factory hands, junior government contract employees. It sounds small, and it is, but it's not nothing. There's a massive psychological shift that happens when money starts arriving regularly. Raju, 22, just got his salary credited, 10,200 rupees. He shares a room with 2 other guys near the edge of the city. Rent, 3,500 rupees, his share. Food, 2,500 rupees if he's careful, mostly dal rice and whatever the canteen serves. Transit card, 800 rupees. Phone recharge, 200 rupees. Sending home, 2,000 rupees. What's left? 1,200 rupees. That's it. That's the buffer between him and a bad month. He doesn't go to the doctor unless he absolutely has to. He doesn't own a single financial product. No insurance, no mutual fund, no savings account with any real balance. He's not irresponsible. He just has 0 more.
This is the tier where a single shock, a medical emergency, a lost phone, a landlord hiking rent, wipes out any progress made in months. Start an SIP with what? Build an emergency fund. How? 1 less meal a week? Financial literacy is important. But financial literacy without financial slack is like teaching someone to swim while they're drowning. At $10,000 a month, the goal isn't wealth creation. The goal is stability, getting to a point where 1 bad week doesn't end everything. Level 3, $50,000 a month. The middle trap. Now here's where it gets interesting. $50,000 a month sounds comfortable, right? 6 lakhs a year. That's the middle class dream. And yet, this is arguably the most psychologically complicated income level of all. Because at 50K, you're finally making enough to want things. You just can't quite afford them.
Priya, 28, works in IT, $52,000 take home after tax. She has a decent flat, $14,000 rent, EMI on a laptop she bought 2 years ago, a food delivery habit she keeps telling herself she'll cut, a gym membership she goes to occasionally. She sends $8,000 home every month. Her parents don't ask for it, but they need it. She has about $60,000 in a savings account that she calls her emergency fund. It hasn't grown in 8 months. On paper, she's doing well, but she doesn't feel like it. She just got a wedding invite for a college friend, destination wedding, hill resort, Hotel plus gift will cost roughly $15,000. She'll go. She'll swipe the card. She'll stress about it for 3 months.
This is what economists call lifestyle creep. Your income goes up, your expenses quietly follow. Not out of stupidity, but out of social physics. You earn more, so you live in a slightly better area. Hang out with people who earn similarly. Attend events at that price point. Your reference group upgrades you without asking. The trap at 50K isn't that you're poor. The trap is that you feel like you're almost there, and that feeling keeps you spending instead of building. Here's what most people at this level don't realize. You're paying roughly 13,000, 15,000 rupees in taxes and deductions. You're saving maybe 10%. At that savings rate, in 30 years, assuming modest returns, you'll have built something, but you'll have worked very hard for very long to get there. The middle class doesn't struggle because of one big financial mistake. It struggles because of 1,000 small, comfortable ones. Level 4, 100,000 rupees per month. The crossover point, 1 lakh a month, 12 lakhs a year. This puts you in roughly the top 2-3% of individual earners. Let that land for a second. If you earn 1 lakh a month, you are doing extraordinarily well compared to the statistical average. But more importantly, this is where something fundamental changes. For the first time, your money can work while you sleep.
Arjun, 33, Senior Product Manager, 1.1 lakh take-home after tax. Wife also works. They're a dual-income household, but let's follow just his income today. He has a $30,000 home loan EMI, 2 SIPs totaling $20,000, a term insurance he bought last year, a health cover through the company. On a Tuesday evening, he opens his mutual fund app, not to check nervously, just casually. His portfolio crossed 12 lakhs. He doesn't do anything. He just closes the app. He recently turned down a job offer from a startup that promised a higher CTC but no stability. He made that decision without panicking. That's the superpower at 1 lakh, not the money, the calm. At 1 lakh a month, if you're disciplined, and that's still a big if, you can save 25 to 35% of your income. That's roughly $25,000 to $35,000 a month going into assets. Compounded over 15 years at a conservative 10% return, you're looking at a corpus of over 2.5 crores. That's not rich, but that's independent. This is the floor of what financial freedom looks like in a major city. And yet, an astonishing number of people who reach this income level don't build that wealth because they finally afford the lifestyle they always wanted and they sprint toward it. The BMW, the bigger flat, the kids in a private school that costs as much as a small salary. Earning 1 lakh a month and spending 1 lakh a month is still the hamster wheel, just level 5, 10 lakhs a month, a different game entirely. 10 lakhs a month, 1.2 crore a year. At this point, we need to be honest about something. We're no longer talking about salary in the traditional sense. Most people who earn 10 lakhs a month are not on a payroll. They're founders, senior partners, portfolio builders, consultants with pricing power, or they have capital generating returns for them. This is a different category of earning, and it comes with a completely different relationship to
Sneha, 41, co-founded a logistics SaaS company 8 years ago. She takes home around 10 to 12 lakhs a month between salary and dividends. She's not on any Forbes list. She's not famous. She's sitting across from her CA, reviewing whether to move a portion of her portfolio from equity to REITs. This is a Tuesday afternoon meeting. It goes 40 minutes. She bought her flat outright 3 years ago. No EMI. She doesn't check prices before ordering at restaurants. Not because she's careless. She just doesn't have to. Her biggest financial concern this month? Whether the new hire they're considering will scale well enough to justify the salary. Not can I afford this? Just is this the right allocation? At 10 lakhs a month, money stops being a constraint. And that changes everything. You stop selling your time. You start buying other people's time and systems. The questions shift from how do I earn more to how do I deploy what I have effectively. Tax planning becomes a serious creative discipline, not just something you do in March because your CA calls. Your network changes. The conversations change. Your exposure to opportunity changes. And here's the part that's uncomfortable to say out loud. The higher you go, the more invisible the real advantages become. The introductions made over golf rounds you never read about. The startup equity offered to people already inside the room. The regulatory interpretation your lawyer knows how to navigate because he went to school with the right people. This isn't a conspiracy. It's just how density of capital creates its own gravity. Money attracts information. Information creates more money. And the loop tightens. So what's the actual point of all this? Is this a video that's going to tell you to dream big and work hard? No. Here's what I actually want you to take away. 1. Every income level has a dominant emotion. At 0, it's fear.
At 10K, it's survival. At 50K, it's anxiety. At 1 lakh, it's finally possibility. At 10 lakhs, it's optimization. The goal isn't just to earn more, it's to move through the emotional register of money, from fear to calm to strategic. 2. The rules of the game change at every level. What gets you from 10K to 50K, hard work, consistency, skills, is not the same thing that gets you from 1 lakh to 10 lakhs. That requires leverage, systems, and access. Trying to hustle your way to 10 lakhs a month on sheer effort alone is like trying to row across an ocean. Theoretically possible. Practically insane. 3. The biggest financial mistake people make isn't spending too much or saving too little. It's staying in a level's logic after you've moved past it. People who earn 1 lakh still make 10K decisions. Hoarding resources, refusing to invest, staying in fear mode. And people who earn 10 lakhs sometimes still carry the anxiety of the 50K tier, working 90-hour weeks when their money could do the work instead.